No risk, no fun. And so I'm starting this video when I haven't gone on a morning walk with my puppy. He's still sleeping, which is very weird, but maybe he just knows that on Sunday he doesn't have to go by a specific schedule. And so he's enjoying the time on the couch. Nobody's home but me. Maybe that's another reason why he is sleeping still. I don't know. I just know that I might have to finish this video later when I'm back. It's me, Simone, by the way. Welcome to another Snippets from My Desk video. First things first, I'm always updating my reading journal in the beginning of the video. And I might be picking really great books because I finished one. I listened to one audiobook on Monday and Tuesday while at work, and that was amazing. I think in my last video I said that I was going to pick this one. I'm not sure actually, but I listened because it was the one that was due the closest. I don't know how you listen to audiobooks. I am a library aficionado, and so I only basically listen to books that I get from the libraries that I'm a member of. And so I use the Libby app. I put those books on hold, and then they come in if I have enough space. Maybe I have 2 other audiobooks already on loan, then I will just loan that one too. If there is too many that I have on loan in my to be listen stack, then I will just say deliver later and set it to a different date. That's how I get my audiobooks. And then some libraries only give those books to me for 2 weeks, another library for 21 days. And so when I look at the Libby app, I can see which one is due first. So usually that's how I determine how I'm going to listen to the audiobooks. If at that specific moment in time, I'm still interested in listening to this book. If not, I will just return it. And if I'm still kind of interested in, I will put it back on hold. That has worked for me quite well. So the next book that was on my do list was Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. And it was a thriller. It's a whodunit. The main character of the book cannot remember anything of the night her best friend was murdered, and many people in the town where she lived suspect that she did it. And a podcaster is interested in the story and is going to make a podcast about this specific murder. The podcast is called Listen for the Lie. And you get to listen to the story from the point of view of the main suspect, or the narrator, Lucy, I believe is her name. And you will also get interspersed with episodes from the podcast. I highly recommend this novel. I loved every second of it because she cannot remember and she has a lot of gaps in her memory. She doesn't know who to trust and who not to trust. And so you get you get fed bits and pieces. And even though she's not lying to you, her affection to a person might be not right because she cannot remember parts of her history. So maybe this is a good person or not. We don't know. I haven't really listened to many thrillers just recently. I'm often a little bit too anxious to listen to them, but this one was not too anxiety inducing for me. I loved listening to it. And I would highly recommend listening to this as an audiobook because it is in part a podcast, and I don't know how I would feel about reading the podcast parts. So this was probably better read in audio. I think this is my sign to go for a walk. I will see you later. Hours later, and I am back. I added the listen for the lie because I talked extensively about that. The book that I'm listening to right now is Mercury by Amy Jo Burns. And I said it before, I feel like I'm having a really good draw with the books that I'm listening to at the moment. I love this one. I'm not finished yet. I still have like 2 or 3 hours left on this. It is a family drama, Appalachian Mountains, 1990s, and it feels literary, but I can't really say why I'm choosing that adjective. I feel like the words, that the choice of words is always super precise. It's on point. There is no words too many. I'm really glad I picked this up. I was a little bit hesitant because I think I said it before. I'm not someone who usually goes for family drama style books. And I feel like this is a slow story. There is a lot of there's lots of small details that are described, moods, how people feel, how they don't talk to each other, what they experience, and I really love it. And I think I wanted to say that it's not a really huge, there's nothing humongous happens. Oh well, they find a dead body in the attic of a church. Maybe it's a dramatic thing, but it's not sensational, it's not a sensational thing that happens in the story. It's part of the story, but it's not the only thing. The more important thing is how the people get along with each other, the relationships between each one of those people, and what their inner thoughts are. So yes, I'm very excited, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do, what I'm going to listen to next. I talked about this, I think last week, when after one of the books, I think The Many Lives of Mama Love, I kind of had a book burnout. No, not book burnout, book hangover. I started the next audiobook too early. And so I just didn't really get a feel for that. And so I want to be more mindful and rather stretch out my listening over multiple months more, weeks more. So I'd rather not, try to squeeze this book in because I need to return it on Friday, for instance. But if I am coming off a really good book, then I don't want to start the next book 5 minutes later. I want to give myself some time to let it settle. And this is definitely one of those. I'm a bit afraid that the end of the book is bad. I don't think it's going to be, but that's always a fear of mine, that I am going to be disappointed by how the book ends. But if it's going to end the way that I have a feeling that it will, then I just need some time to process the book and listen maybe to some podcasts, pen podcasts or something, and then start the next book a little later than the next day or the next hour. So next thing that I wanted to talk about, I think I put my my topics right here. Yeah. All right. Next one is that I watched a planner video by Erin Ware, and I'm going to link that in the description box down below. It's quite a long video, it's rambly, and if you're not up for these kinds of videos, then this is definitely not one that you should watch. It's very similar to the videos that you watch from me. So if you like mine, you will probably like Erin's. And she talks about her planner system that changed again. And what I took out from that whole video was the fact that she is trying to do daily logs, and she wants to give herself a lot of space to do those so that she doesn't keep as much in her brain. And that is something I showed it in my planner and journal review. I haven't really used my planner to its full potential. Oh, I love saying that. Because I just didn't have the bandwidth. And I think I'm finally getting back to that, to doing more than just surviving each and every day. And I want to give myself the space to do daily logs. I started, of course, after I watched her video, I'm like, okay, I need this journal, and that journal, and I need to switch my planner. But I'm really trying to hold off and see how I can utilize my planner in that way. And that's what I wanted to start in January. It fell off. This is my only daily log page since I started this planner. I feel like I want to use my fountain pen. So now I'm thinking, oh, I need fine, ultra extra fine. I need more. I need all of the finer pens, which I don't have many of. I need another one of these because I need to keep it with my planner. And I'm trying to tell myself, hold my horses. I really need to hold my horses. I really need to try this. And yes, I can use this pen and use it in my planner and use it anywhere else. I'm not going anywhere with my planner anyway. So I can use this with this planner. It's on my desk. I don't need to have a specific planner pen. So I'm trying to be more, I started yesterday. So I'm trying to do those daily logs in the back pages of my weeks. I'm trying to utilize the weekly spreads a little bit more for things that are coming up, appointments, so that I get a better overview for things that I need to do during the week as a weekly to-do list, just like I did it when this planner was actually really working for me. And I want to use the monthly pages more, which you can see I have not. So I want to get into this a little bit more maybe later today. So that's where I am with my planner. The main takeaways from that video was I want to make sure that I'm putting my brain on paper again. I want to make sure that I'm doing daily logs so that I can, I don't have all of these things in my brain anymore, because I'm at the point where keeping, when you're surviving, the thing that you keep in your brain is you have to eat, you need to go to the bathroom, don't forget to sleep, and brush your teeth. Oh, and also breathe in and breathe out. But that's not a lot to keep in your brain. When things pick up again, then there's, oh, I need to do this. I need to call the vet. I need to do that. And, oh, I maybe I can clean this next time I'm cleaning. And I want to send this to that person. And also, I saw this ink sample in that video and I really want to use it. Don't forget to write it down somewhere. And so all of that is in my brain, and it keeps me from actually doing anything because I'm so focused on keeping it on my very unbalanced plate. And if it shifts, then everything falls off and it's not there anymore. So that's where I'm at currently. I want to do daily logs. I want to give those another try. When I do them, I always know that it helps me. And so that's where I'm going to start. And I'm going to start with using the planner that I currently have, using the fountain pens that I currently have. And then when I have done this for a while, if I can stretch it all the way to the end of December, that would be the perfect situation. Then I can think about, what am I going to use next year? Is the space enough? I love that it's so small, but maybe I need a bigger page. I really love the size of the standard traveler's notebook. I have tried the standard traveler's notebook with different books, and I remember that it didn't work for me having all of those planning things in various different books. It was just too many books and too chunky. But maybe that has changed. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what's occupying my brain space right now. And I did last night, for instance, I had a hard time falling asleep. I fell asleep to a video, and then I turned off my computer, put it away, and then I was wide awake. Awesome. So I had some thoughts that I wanted to write down. I didn't have anything to write. I didn't want to open my computer again to use the notes app. And I cannot even remember if the thoughts that I wanted to write down were important or not. So I'm like, okay, I need to find a solution for next to my bedside table. And I think what I'm going to do is put one of those jet streams up there and a notepad with tearaway pages, because I can write it down, and then the next morning when I go downstairs for breakfast, I can rip off that one page and take it downstairs with me. So I don't take a notebook downstairs with me that I then have to bring back upstairs. I leave the tools to use upstairs, and then I can just tuck the note into my planner. If I do it on the Notes app, the problem is more that I forget to check and transfer the thoughts onto my analog tools. Okay, so that was number 2, the planner situation. I'm actually, of course, I'm always thinking about, oh my gosh, I need to use this and that and such. But right now, I feel like this is the most logical step, and I'm feeling good about that. So I hope I can stay in this for a while. The next thing that I want to talk about is this. I have been working on some Happy Mail for my Ko-fi gold tiers. If you're not aware, I do have a Ko-fi where I offer memberships, and I'm trying to keep the benefits of those memberships so that I'm not under pressure to do things, because that's my creativity killer. But I have been putting together some Happy Mail for my gold tier, and put some ink samples, put some new stationery in there, some artwork that I did. And then I had the idea, based on a situation that happened on my Discord. Someone said something like, it was, I think she said, I have a hard time sending emails because there's such a barrier to entry. I don't know if it's anxiety level or what it was, but just like reaching out to a business and asking if they do this or if they have this in stock, if they would carry that. That was just the person just knew that she might need, some persuasive self-talk and encouragement to do that. And then she reported back very quickly after that she actually did it. And I thought that was such an awesome thing. And even though it's such a small thing, sending an email isn't really a big thing, but in that case, it was huge because it was such a hurdle that she had to get over. And so I felt like, you know what, we should not forget to celebrate the tiny victories, the mundane things, the things that shouldn't take us so much energy, but sometimes they do. And so I thought, we need something like that. And then I remembered that I had this stamp set by my friend Brandy, and this is so old. I think this was the very, very first stamp set that I ever bought of her things. This is from 2016. It's the Tiny Victories by Brandy Kincaid, and I thought there was a ribbon thing. I had a stamp with a ribbon, but I didn't. But then I found this, which is exactly what I want to express. This is gold star material, what you just did. And I was super inspired by that event, that story, that I pulled this out, and I made these little gold star buttons to include in my Happy Mail, and I just stuck them on with a tiny strip of double-sided tape so that they are removable and you can put them in your journal. And I just really like making these kinds of things, and so I did, and I'm really excited about it. Unfortunately, this stamp set or this stamp wasn't what I expected, so I don't like how this looks. I should have just done it like that. But, you live and you learn. So I made some like this, and then I made some like that. This was inspired by a story or something that happened on my Discord. And this one is from myself. That I want to put that in my journal to document that I made these. And I still have some left over so I can send them to some other friends. And I really enjoy making these kinds of things when I remember to do them. And so, yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. I also was using, I think in my last video, I showed you the pen pouch that goes with this. My puppy is barking in his dreams. That is so cute. That goes with this journal cover. It's a different style of pouch. It's not as, I just brought it. It's not as easily accessible. It's probably useful for other things, but not for keeping my washi tapes close by. Oh, well, that was unfortunate. So the washi tapes that I'm currently using most, I just put them in here, and they're easily accessible, but they're not cluttering my desk. I can just take this and put it away, but I can also put it in my basket to take it outside with me to journal on the outside on my patio. I was just wondering, how do you call this in English? So I switched over here, and I'm quite happy. I'm considering using a different pouch for my tools, but right now this works perfectly because I also don't want to have a gazillion pouches that I have to put in my basket. But I also when I pulled out this pouch, I pulled out this box. This is from Galen Leather. As you can see, one of my, I have a 20 pen case and a journal cover from them, and one of them was in here. I have put in here the stamp sets that I'm currently using, and and also some of the ephemera that I'm using in my journal, because it helps me keep my desk a little bit decluttered. Well, if I look around here, that's not really true, but I can just grab this box, and also when I'm going outside for journaling or moving places, then I have all the ephemera bits and pieces. I don't have to throw them in my basket and then they get lost, or maybe they separate like this rub-on. If the backing paper comes off, that's unfortunate because it might stick to something else or it becomes unusable. So if I can keep those things contained in here, this is also a good grab and go situation. Originally, I only thought that I wanted to have my stamp sets that I'm using frequently at the moment in here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. But while I'm journaling during my Sunday session, I can just dump all of the things in here so I get a better overview of what I want to use. And I think that's all I wanted to say for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Because this is stampable, I can make more. So if you're a friend and you'd like one in my next Happy Mail to you, just holler and I'll send you one, because I really like those. I do them on mixed media paper from Artist Loft. No, Kanzen, I think. And I think it's thin enough to put it in a Tomoe River journal, but you also get some of the, the watercolor cauliflowering, drying, and it's not chromo shading. What's the other word? Where the colors, the pigmentation comes out. I'm completely at a loss, but if you know, you know. If you don't, it's not really important. So I just wanted to show you my journal. 2 things about my journal. I finally stickered March, and I think that's what I needed. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm stickering some of the days where I'm putting them down. And I think the fact that March wasn't doing it for me is because of the decoration and this bright color, because I'm really liking this. I'm thinking of not using a monthly in 2025. I will talk about this when the time comes, but if I can keep going with this, then I have an idea for a 5-year journal for this specific thing, because then I can add bigger stickers as well. And I hate that all of my all of my stickers that I put into that Michael's sticker book, they basically peel off everywhere. So that's that. I really like this. I have not been able to catch up on the journal spreads that I wanted to, so I'm still trying to take the time and do this. I'm probably going to do this today. This was last week. That's this week. Here is something that I received from my friend Shauna. I want to use this in here. I guess circles are a theme here. I want to put this down here. I have an idea, but I really need to get going because I have some catching up to do. But I think this video is long enough. I will see you next Sunday, hopefully. Until then, bye.